Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the NBA Odds Couples show for Wednesday, April 13th. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner, who swept the board last night. This is not the first time you swept the board this year.
No,
Congratulations, Mike Brenner.
Thank you.
I went 0-3, but I'm 16 games. You ready to get your mind blown?
Yes.
I'm 16 games under 500 right now. It's possible, though, that I could be over 500 by the time the playoffs start.
I believe it. And I think you can get it done.
No, you're not getting it. The reason is because I'm going to give like 15, 16 picks in today's show.
Well, okay. Well, I like that. I like that.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
The last time you went nuts and gave a bunch of picks, seriously, you won a majority of them. That was the best day you had since we've been doing this
I'm looking
show.
at this card, and not forced it, but I'm looking at this card. There's a lot of plays that I'm kind of liking, and I'm thinking that I'm going to give them all.
Wow.
It might be like 15
Pistol
plays.
Pete, you got nothing else to lose. It's the end of the season.
Absolutely.
With that being said, let's pan this board. Again, it's all about accountability. Had a good feeling yesterday about sweeping that board. I'm not walking in with a broom because, again, I don't gloat when I win, and hell, I own it when I lose.
Nice
but went
job.
3-0 yesterday, 130 and 109, 54. It's actually almost 55%. Pistol Pete got shut out the wrong way yesterday.
I mean, I had the Knicks plus 11.5. They lost by 12. They were
You
winning.
know what my dad
half.
always told me? The next word after "but" should be bullshit. So with that being
yeah,
said,
but
I'm
I
cutting
mean,
you
wait
off.
a minute,
67 and 83, 45%. Pistol Pete, you better get on top of your game.
Yeah,
Sharpen that
Are
pencil.
you going to thank me for your last minute addition of the Knicks in your teaser that you threw in? Remember?
Of course. You didn't give me time. You just on ranting and raving.
All right.
But, yeah,
Okay. Well. All right. So this is
you know what? I felt bad because you took them on the regular plus.
And
11
why didn't I
half.
take them on the first half?
And I took them
was
on
like,
the teaser. And you know what, though? I've hit 14 out of my last 18 teasers.
There you go. That is unbelievable. All right, well, it's going to be a long show today, but I think it's going to be worthwhile. I'm going to wind up with a ton of picks.
It's going to be a good one because at the end of the show, we're bringing in Jordan Sharp. We're going to bounce some things back and forth.
Let's talk about the two, big games that everyone's talking about. Neither of these games are games that I'm going to actually be betting on, but we have to talk about them. First one, Memphis, Golden State. Give me a little bit of that. I predicted that Golden State would be an under trender for their last 9 games, and that has been the case. I think they're 3-5 over their past 8. And this one totals 212.5 or 213. I could easily see an offensive explosion by Golden State. I'm staying off this one. The line's insane, minus 19.
Yeah. Again, and of course, at that line, I got to stay off it as well because they haven't been covering, on first halves either.
Right.
But they're focused. They know what they need to do. And Pistol Pete, it was early in the season. I predicted this. I said, they're going to beat this record. I even had some people look at me like I was freaking crazy. But again, not gloating, but I loved it. This team is focused. They'll get the win tonight. But Memphis.
Minus 19.
I know.
Is the
and
line.
Memphis has to look. They got to really be careful what they do because they got 2 key players that aren't going to be in the playoffs with them. Plus, they got their asses handed to them last night. And that was two of my big plays. I had the Clippers on the half in the game. Hell, they were up by 20 at the half and like 28.
Yeah.
But what's being said is that tonight they might even let Randolph get the rest, even though I also heard total opposite to that. I don't know. I don't think they're so focused on let's be the ones to stop them from getting the record.
Right.
I think Memphis doesn't even give a shit, and I think in their minds they know they're going to lose this game, but they do want to get healthy for the playoffs, even though they know they're probably going to be early exit because of the injury list. So with that being said, I'm staying off it, but I'm pulling for the Warriors, baby. Let's do it. Let's beat them Chicago Bulls because Derrick Rose, I'm glad you're going home.
And then we have to talk about the Utah Lakers game, which is basically unbettable right now because if Houston wins, which is very likely they're 15-point favorite, then Utah's out of the playoffs. If they lose, which is a possibility, then all of a sudden a win by Utah puts them in the playoffs, and then you're going to want to bet on it.
And anything can happen. And you know what was funny? Last week, the last time that Kobe played Houston, after the game, Harden put his arm around and said, Kobe, I need one favor during your last game of your career. I need you to get a W for us because they need to beat Utah. But Utah then went on to self-destruct. Rudy Gobert's not playing without him.
If Houston wins, then Utah's out.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And Pistol Pete, guess what? I'm pulling the trigger.
Really?
Houston on the first half, it's a high line.
No, Utah, you mean?
No, I'm going Houston.
Oh, no, I was talking about Kobe's last game here. Utah.
Oh, Utah. Okay, I brought in Houston. Okay,
right,
I'm sorry.
We'll get to it in a second. Well, you are fired up. You are fired up. Just, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the first time I've ever been off like
We're talking
that.
about Kobe's last game, but it's connected to the Houston game because if Houston wins, then Utah's out. So I'm saying that the Utah game is not bettable right now.
You're right. But yesterday, though, I was looking at that, and I thought you might go with an under on that.
This one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but the problem is, though, that if Utah's out of it, that it's a low total, and if Utah, if Houston wins, which they probably
Okay,
will.
but is that game after the Houston game?
Yeah,
Ah,
they'll
shoot,
know the result.
And I
They'll
know
know the
you're going to be
result.
all over that. Will you do
Right.
me a favor though,
Yes.
and the viewers? Tweet it,
Yes,
buddy. You
I will.
tweet it out. That's what
Absolutely.
you can
All
do.
right. So those are the two big games. Neither one of us are touching them. Then we got all the other games. Let's just go down. I'm going to have a lot of bets. It's going to be a
Jesus.
long show. All right. Well,
All right.
start with Indiana, Milwaukee. Indiana's in the playoffs, right? They don't care about this one. Milwaukee is sluggish towards the finish line, but I think in this one they're going to get up for it. I definitely think that Indiana doesn't care at all. So
All
I'm
right.
taking a shot with Milwaukee. First half -2 and the full game -4
I like it.
at
Pistol
Heritage. What do you
Pete
think?
pulling some triggers.
What do you
Well,
think?
Is Middleton playing?
I actually didn't check. I'm assuming no, but they're
Okay.
I mean, Indiana is
No.
like resting up for the playoffs.
Well,
right?
you know what? You got to go with it. Go with your gut, and I think
You
you
think-
ought to.
you think
I'm staying off of it, but I think Milwaukee will show up at least. Jason Kidd's got fight
Right.
in him. He's just that kind of coach. He ain't going to let these guys pack it in on the
Right.
last
Then
game.
we have New Orleans, Minnesota. My lean would be to Minnesota -9.5, but it's a 10-foot pole game for me. You have
Is
a
it?
play on that one?
I have I reeled in that 10-foot pole,
Okay.
not on the full game,
Right.
but on the first half,
Okay.
and here's why. All right. I'm just telling you right now, Minnesota owes it to their fans. They had a really nice little run, and then they got beat.
Right.
They felt bad about it against last game at their home crowd. All right, I'm telling you, Pelicans, they got nobody left to put in uniform. They've already used a peanut vendor. They used a beer vendor.
Right.
Everybody and their mother, and I heard that Jacinko, however you pronounce his last name, Jordan will be on top of that. Anyway, I heard he's probably not going to be playing. So that core, that young three with Levine and everybody and Wiggins, they're going to get it done. First half, they're going to give it to their fans. It's -5.5, and Brenner's going to cash a ticket there.
Well,
So-
we're going to give you -5 at you wager.
well, then God bless America. We're going to take it. I'll take it. T-Wolves,
It is- right.
-5 in the first half. I love it, and I just think they're going to get it done for their fans. That's my first pick.
It is 5.5 market wide, but like Pinnacle and BetOnline have 5.5 -105, and then UWager has 5 -115.
Okay.
So we will
Doesn't
give you that
matter.
one.
Yep,
All
we're
right. That
gonna
is how
take
I
it.
was leaning. Then Spurs Dallas. I bet this one. I bet it on the under. I got 188, and now it's already down to a 187.5 or 187. I'll take the under 187.5. Obviously,
I like that. I
Dallas
think
is
it's gonna
playing
be a
great
defensive
defense.
game.
Right,
Yeah.
and Dallas does actually kind of want this game. I
Yeah.
think both teams are going to play
Yeah.
modest pace.
Well,
and,
here's the thing, though, that concerns me about this game, and it's why it's a 10-foot
Mm-hmm.
pole for me. All right, Deron Williams is out and Barrera's out. All right,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Barea, whatever. So whoever's handling the ball for Dallas probably going to have their hands full there because the Spurs, even if they rested everybody and their mother, all right, their bench is liable to beat this
Right.
team. But I'm staying off of it.
could go under, could go over easily. But I'm going to take
what
yeah.
I'm getting at is I like the total call there because
Yeah.
it's the end of the year. They're tired. They're not going to be running and gunning. So you might be on to something
Okay.
there, Pistol Pete.
Moving-
Pull the trigger,
yes,
baby.
I'm pulling out under 187.5. Then moving right along, Toronto at Brooklyn. Toronto's resting everyone, right?
Absolutely.
And they're a big favorite.
They need to.
I bet Brooklyn at +5.5, and I'll take them at +5.5. I'll also
Damn.
take them at on the first half +3.
Loshak unleashed. You can't stop them. You can
Yeah.
only hope to contain them.
I was also heavily leaning towards the over. Maybe I'll throw that at the end of the show. Then Orlando, Charlotte. Charlotte had a great year, but this is a game. Orlando's playing tough, and Charlotte is. I believe they're locked into their playoff spot. They're
Pistol
not.
Pete, I am absolutely going to interrupt your
Okay, go
program
for it.
there. I'm taking Charlotte on the first half -5
Really?
because they have. If they get this win, all right, it's going to help their positioning. All right, they need the win. Orlando, Oladapo's not playing. Vukovic, I
Right.
heard, is not playing. Aaron Gordon's not playing. That team is banged up, and even though Skiles done a great job this year, next year look out for them. But I think today they're not going to quit because Skiles is absolutely the scrappy of scrappy. But they're going to absolutely I think they're just going to get outmanned by Charlotte. That's
I was
so
under the
exciting.
impression that their playoff spot was set. Is that not true?
It's not true. I
Okay.
just checked it out. Charlotte needs to win to move up in positioning. Jordan will probably clarify
Okay.
that. Whether it's home court
Right.
advantage or seeding, I think it does have to do with seeding. But the first half is -5. Brenner's
Yep.
cashing that ticket, baby.
Okay, I will though take Orlando on the full game +9. So we're going to go head to head.
All right.
Then we have Sacramento, Houston. I know you have a play on this one. I'm going to have a play on it too. I'm taking the full game over 222. That's at Bookmaker. First half over 112. That's market wide.
Okay.
What do you like on this one?
I like Houston to get it
Mm-hmm.
done early. They know they're in the driver's seat, and therefore Sacramento. What else can we say about that drama-filled team? All right, Rondo's not playing. Cousins is out. Hell, Darren Collison's not even playing. So I love Houston early and often. It's -9. What Houston wants to do is get the big lead and then rest their guys in the second half. So
Right.
I look for that to happen. I look for an explosion. Matter of fact, bring the wheelbarrow, bring the shovel. Houston's burying the Sacramento Kings at the halftime, Pistol Pete. I'm pulling the trigger. That's my third play. Houston, first half.
You like that one a lot.
Didn't you sound like it? I love it. What
All
do
right,
you
I'll
mean?
tail it. I'll tail it. Houston -9. I'm also on the over
Okay, Jesus.
112.
He's got like 78 picks out
Yeah.
already. You weren't
Yeah.
kidding when you
No,
said
no,
you
no.
could
I'm
move
going
up
to try to.
50.
I'm trying to get to 500 at 60. Okay.
This is amazing.
Then Miami, Boston. No play for me. Do you have anything to say about that one?
No, staying off it. Miami last night, though, impressed me. Joe Johnson hit 10 of 15 of his shots. They're just but they both have positioning there, so that game does mean something. But to me, it's a 10-foot pole, staying off of it.
Me too.
So.
Then Philly, Chicago, pass for me. Anything to say about that one?
Yeah, absolutely. I am so glad, never been more glad in my life to see a team not make the playoffs, because you know what? You're embarrassed. Tom Thibodeau, wherever you are, you got the last laugh against this circus. That's all it is. And guess what? Many years to come, the Chicago Bulls will be nothing but a doormat and a circus. Okay. And Derrick Rose, find another job. That ain't working out. Oh, God, I had to vent one more time against the Bulls. I'm serious. I hate that team. I love Michael Jordan, the real Bulls back in the day, but this team has been nothing but a joke. This franchise has been nothing but a joke for many, many years.
All right. Then Detroit, Cleveland. This is the first round matchup. This game means nothing, though. They're meeting in the first round. Obviously, all the big guys will sit for both teams, and the total has gotten bet down accordingly. I'm taking a shot with the over 193.5 at the Chris books. It opened at 196. We see this all the time in late in the season.
What,
in all sports.
28 bets in one show?
No. Oh. We see line moves that are big, that are understandable line movements, but that the final results wind up being like way off from the line move. And I think that we might see something like that here. I'm taking the over 193.5 in Detroit, Cleveland. Do you have anything to say about that one?
What I have to say, Pistol Pete, is I like your confidence.
Yeah, well,
because I'm not kidding you. You
I'm
got
going
me
for
thinking
it.
you might even do it. But
all right,
you've dove into this. So with that being said, I do have another teaser that's going to cash. Feeling really good.
With
14 out of 18.
With the Cleveland-Detroit game.
No, not at all.
Oh, no.
I thought you were getting ready to cut me off.
No. We're going down. We're going down all of them.
He's got 20 more picks.
Then we got Atlanta, Washington. Now, Washington, since they sat John Wall, they've started to play well. 5 straight overs, and they've covered 4 out of their last 5. Yeah. And, Atlanta does have something to play for here, technically, but I'm not exactly sure how much they really want it. And I like, mostly I like Washington on the team total. I'm taking Washington team total over, which should be about 100.5, and the first half team total over as well.
Okay. Hey, I wish you luck there, Pistol Pete. I'm staying off of that one. I don't have a whole lot to say.
Right.
But you might be right. It's amazing sometimes when those big ego players like Wall, Beal, when they sit out. I got to wonder. I went into the post office the other day. There was a picture of Nene. Where the hell is Nene? Jordan might have some insight on that one.
And I'm also going to take Washington plus 7.5 on the full game.
Okay. All right.
And I'm also going to take Washington plus 3.5 on the
keeping
first
track
half.
of this.
I am. Don't worry.
We review
we'll be okay.
I don't have a clue.
Right.
All right.
Then we have Denver, Portland, and the Clippers, Phoenix, and I'm passing on both of those. Do you have anything to say about those?
Yes, I do. I'm using Portland on the first half. They need the win. They want the win. Denver is banged up, and last I heard, Kenneth Faried is not going to be playing. I'll probably get a confirmation with Jordan on that. But I love Mike Malone. Matter of fact, Jordan and I talked earlier in the season. We both thought that was the biggest mistake Sacramento made, and all this guy did was went to Denver and got the best out of not a whole lot. He has had a injury-riddled lineup all year. He's a great coach. But Portland on the first half, -6. They need the win. They want to move up positioning. They're fired up. Damian Lillard himself is liable to cover this first half. So Portland on the half, -6. I'm saying it with confidence, and I'm cashing that one.
Okay, and then you also got a teaser.
Yes, I do.
Let's hear that one.
And my 2-team teaser, again, is a 4-point adjustment. Take Portland, which should be -6 after the adjustment.
Yes.
Unless my line shopper can find me something
better.
better.
Only -10 market wide.
And the second, to top it off, is Charlotte. Should be -5 after the adjustment.
Yes, -5. That's right. That's correct.
With that being said, I got 5 total picks. Let's go ahead and review these so we can get on with Jordan.
Okay.
And you can review your 63 picks.
Yeah.
I got Portland on the first half -6. Houston Rockets first half -9. Charlotte first half -5. Minnesota Timberwolves first half -5.5. No, -5 also because you found it 5. And then I got a 2-team teaser, Portland and Charlotte. So I'm feeling really good about these 5, moving that number up, getting ready to lick my chops for playoffs, baby, because I'm going to
all right. Should I review all my picks?
I think
I guess we have to. Okay.
Because I don't have a clue.
Milwaukee first half and the full game. San Antonio, Dallas under. Brooklyn first half and the full game. And I'm going to take the first half over and the full game over on that one. Orlando +9. Houston, I'm tailing you on the first half -9. Houston, Sacramento, first half over and full game over. And Detroit, Cleveland over. And Atlanta, Washington, first half team total over, full game team total over. Washington +7.5 on the full game, and Washington on the first half. I hope that's 16 picks because I could be in 500.
I got news for you. I hope we have enough room in the ticket to make this thing work. But
We'll do it. And I'm
Pete,
going to
I just hope this is...
and I'm going to throw in Atlanta, Washington, first half over and the full game over.
Okay, I hope this is more confidence than desperation because I've never seen anything like that.
It's more like 25% confidence, 75%
All right.
comedy.
Well, with that being said, we got to get on with Jordan here. I can't believe what just happened. I'm sure Jordan's sitting there speechless as well. So, hey, with that being said, we're going to bring on Jordan Sharp. Hey, Jordan, how's it going? First and foremost, glad to have you on with us. Do you believe what you just heard?
My mind is blown.
Blown,
fellas.
Jordan Sharp. But, there can be unique value. These lines, as we know, the lines are set. Bookmakers have a hard time setting these lines for the last, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I do love where your head's at, Pete, though, with the Brooklyn-Toronto play. Their first half total on the overs where I'm going with. I love the game total on that one, too. Toronto, no reason to play in this one. Brooklyn's been giving up, I don't know, like a bazillion points a game here over the last 5 or 6. So, yeah, I like where your head's at that one. I also like Mike's Charlotte on the first half. Got to warn you, though, Nick Batum has been ruled out of that game. I don't know if that means anything other than I'm going to go back to my Kemba Walker prop tonight, baby.
Okay, sounds good. So what do you think about Orlando +9 on the full game, though?
It's tough for me to bet Orlando with all the guys out because, like you mentioned, they're missing basically half their starting lineup tonight. But
right.
it is possible because with where Charlotte is, they do need this win, but they don't really need it. So,
right.
Some of the guys they have, I think Cody Zeller's questionable too in this one. So they could be missing some guys.
And
maybe
also, Orlando's been playing well. They've covered 6 out of their last 9, even with all their issues.
Yeah, does seem a little undervalued for him, probably laying off, but I can see definitely where your head's at in that one, though. I'm not saying I don't like it, but I don't like it too much either.
Okay, what else do you have for us, Jordan?
So just tonight, be wary of guys resting. Like you guys touched on already. Everybody from Cleveland's out tonight: LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, all those guys. You could have a couple of other guys out tonight that were like Toronto guys, for instance, haven't been officially ruled out. Just keep an eye on that tonight. That's my main PSA for tonight. For my props tonight, though, got a couple of big ones. I'm going to start from the bottom up, though, because this game tonight, guys, coming into this season, you would have asked me what's the most unbreakable records in sports history. I would have probably said Demasios hit streak, Cal Ripken's game streak, and the Bulls' 72 win mark.
No, that's not what it is. The answer is Cy Young's wins total, 512. That's never going to be broken.
Okay. Well, if we're talking about really old baseball records, then that's a whole other show, fellas. But tonight, the Warriors are going to go after it. And one of the guys who's been pushing this team to the finish line the entire way is Draymond Green tonight. The Memphis Grizzlies have been the worst team against power forwards over the last 3 weeks. They're giving up 27 and 14 per 48 minutes. I'm looking at a Draymond Green points, rebounds, and assists prop tonight once that comes out later tonight. What do you guys think of that? Do you think, I know you guys don't think the Dubs are going to cover, but do you think that Memphis is even going to stay within double figures of this team?
I have 18 bets tonight. I don't have any more room in my brain to analyze another one.
No, you probably don't. But it's one of those things, Jordan, it could go either way, and it wouldn't surprise me, but I do like your thinking on Draymond Green. All right, that's going to be a sharp prop bet, and if you will, do me a favor when that comes out, if I haven't already found out, just Skype that to me, because I'm going to jump on that on my own account, because I think he's going to get significant playing time, and I think he wants it. I like that. That's really got me thinking. There was one other thing I wanted to ask you. What do you think about the Spurs? Even though they're going to be resting some players, I still think they're going to have some fight in them tonight. What do you think as far as them?
Yeah, and I heard you guys talking about it. Dallas they may not have a point guard tonight. Who knows who's going to handle the ball for Dallas tonight? That could spell bad news. I don't care who's playing for San Antonio. You said it. They got one of the best benches in the league, if not the best bench in the league. So 4.5 points, taking that with them tonight. Maybe peeing in the Dallas Mavericks coffee a little bit tonight. Not a bad play. I think they can actually drop down to 7 if the Grizzlies do end up somehow in some way beating the Golden State Warriors tonight, which I don't think is going to happen. But still, I do like where your head's at with this one. No matter if San Antonio's resting guys.
Did he say peeing in the Dallas Mavericks coffee?
I think so. That's going to cloud it up.
Is that a common saying? That was gross as hell.
I'll tell you what, I think Rick Carlisle's got to see.
You've never heard this in your coffee? Come on.
Man, you got me thinking of adding another play. I'm not going to do it, but with that being said, all right, anything else to look forward to before we jump into NBA playoffs?
Just 2 quick ones tonight, guys. The Atlanta Hawks could seal up their 3rd overall seed tonight with a win, and Jeff Teague has been playing out of his mind recently. And the Washington Wizards, much like the Memphis Grizzlies against power forward, have been the worst team against point guards over the last 3 weeks. John Wall's out. Ramon Sessions, nowhere close to a good defender. Jeff Teague could easily have a really big night points and assists-wise tonight if he gets the minutes, which is possible. And then all the guys from the Clippers, we didn't mention them, but they're all out tonight. Cole, Aldridge, 21-18 the last time he started. He's averaging 16-11 as a starter this season. If I get a prop on Cole Aldridge tonight, I'm all over the over. I don't even care what the number is. He is going to destroy the Phoenix Suns tonight if he gets the start.
You know what, I like that thinking because Tyson Chandler's out because of that concussion, and Aldridge also wants to continue to prove his worth to that team.
And he's a free agent. He could opt out of his contract, too. He wants big money this offseason.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great thought there. Viewers, you need to catch on to that. Check that prop bet for Cole Aldridge because like you said, 21-18 last time out. I like this kid, and not just that, he's very healthy. He is under the radar tonight. My God, I can't wait. This is good stuff, Jordan.
All right, fellas. Well, make sure you check back around 2, 3, 4 o'clock whenever those prop bets come out. Maybe a little later today just because of all the injury question marks. But the books will have it, and we will beat them.
Fantastic.
Awesome info, as always.
Absolutely. And
He
viewers,
does
check
his
out
homework.
Jordan's articles and get ready for NBA playoffs. I got a feeling Jordan's going to go on a tear. With that being said,
He's like a human Twitter feed.
He
of
is
NBA
like a
information.
human Twitter feed.
Unbelievable.
Jordan, we always appreciate you having you on. Okay, again, I went 3-0 last night, 130 and 109. I've got 5 solid picks. I'm feeling really good about them. Pistol Pete's going to go for a miracle, and he needs a miracle. 67 and 83, but he's got, well, last count, probably 18 plays. Don't know, but he thinks he can move it up. Tune in tomorrow because even though there won't be a game, I think we're going to have a preview of how we ended up the season. I think we ought to do that.
Well, we're going to preview the playoff.
Of course, we're
series
going to,
matchups, right?
and Pistol Pete's going to have people wondering how he did on all of his plays. So with that being said, sorry to run late, guys. Let's get ready to beat the book continuously, and let's build that bank.